remember of the football of that year. Donegal's second win in Ulster, Ivratruk a hand and Galif here a go the great march of Heffo's heroes and Heffo's army through Leinster. But whatever you recall, Husnick, Cork and Vlian were All-Ireland champions. And that's where we begin our look back on 74. Cork against Kerry in the Munster final of 1974 on a bad day in Killarney. And then later we'll get a look at the All-Ireland final between Dublin and Galway.
The great bowl of Fitzgerald Stadium, Killarney, absolutely chock full with the thousands for this Munster final between Kerry and Cork. Kerry the All-Ireland champions, or Cork the All-Ireland champions and Kerry the National League champions, and that's Mick Sheehy for Kerry, and he's been beaten there by Brian Murphy, who's moved over to right corner back for this game. Con Hartnett. That's coming to Ger O'Keefe. Number 7 there, Ger O'Keefe, and you can see how slippery it is after the rain is pouring down here. We had showers all the morning, but it's absolutely pouring down here, just as it was 3 years ago when the Munster hurling final between Tipperary and Limerick was played in this same Fitzgerald Stadium. Number 9 there is John Long for Kerry with the free. And that's a good one from John Long, but it's had the distance and gone wide. Billy Morgan placing the ball for the kick out from Frankmore. Billy Morgan, in fact, surprisingly enough, allowed to wear a green jersey today in view of the fact that Kerry are playing in green and gold. Kerry with their famous traditional hoops playing from right to left. And this is a kick for Kerry. Paddy Lynch there playing at midfield, number 8. And it coming to Mike Sheehy, and Mike Sheehy has the first score of the game. A point for Kerry from Mike Sheehy there. Mike, who's already scored 6 goals and 36 points in 1974, number 15. He's added another one there, 37 points. The kick out from Brian Murphy, hurler and footballer. Last year he won an All-Ireland medal. Left corner, today he's right corner, and that's Kerry on the attack again. And this is number 12, Ger Power, the man that made all the difference when he was moved on to the attack for the replay of the National League final. That's Paddy Lynch. Nicely dummied there from Paddy Lynch. And it's a good kick, but it's going to drop wide. Now, Paddy Lynch there, back just this summer on the team after a lot of troublesome injuries. The kick out again. Billy Morgan taking his time because Cork are playing against a wind that is fresh enough. It was stronger before the rain poured down. Just during the minor match, it was very, very strong. That's John Coleman, number 6 for Cork, the All-Ireland champions. And remember, the first step, or one of the first steps to the All-Ireland championship last year, was when they overwhelmed Kerry with 5 goals in the first half of the athletic grounds. And Kerry haven't forgotten that. So at home today, in Fitzgerald Stadium, they want to do something about it, but that's not the way they're going to do it. Dennis Long there for Cork, setting them on their first attack. Declan Barron, but that's rebounded over the line. And the linesman gives it to Kerry. Donny O'Sullivan. Coming to Ger Power, the ball dropping out of his hand. It's very slippery and the ground is very greasy. Ger to Ger O'Keefe. Humphrey Kelleher, but it's taken out of his hands by Seamus Fitzgerald. But Seamus pushed him in the back, and Brendan Cross, the referee from Limerick, gives a free out. Brendan Cross from Limerick, the referee, refereeing his first Munster final. And that's Donal Hunt to take the free. Donal playing left corner back up to last month. He was a forward. In fact, he has played in 4 Munster finals as a forward against Kerry. But this is Paddy Lynch for Kerry, coming way through on his own. And a nice dummy there across to... That's knocked out of the hands of Ger Power, but it comes back to Mickey Sullivan. And Mickey's got a point for Kerry. A quickly taken point by Mickey Sullivan, centre half forward. This is Dennis Long. Big Ray Cummins going up for it. Breaks out of his hands though. And Paul O'Shea gets it across the field, but it's coming Jimmy Barry Murphy out under it. And Jimmy's kick, crossing over. That's Jimmy Barrett, and Jimmy has got a quick point for Cork. That's the first score for Cork. Jimmy Barrett, number 15 there, nipping in very quickly in 11 minutes, leaving the score, Kerry 2 points to Cork's 1. The kick out being picked up there by John Egan. Lets it out to Mickey Sullivan, back to Egan. And he's been whirled around there to Eamon O'Donoghue. Eamon has a chance, and it's a point from Eamon O'Donoghue. Eamon O'Donoghue there with the point. Billy Morgan got some fingers to it, but Eamon's point is for Kerry. And now Kerry are leading by 2 points, Kerry 3 points, Cork 1, and they're playing 14.5 minutes. This time Billy Morgan's kicking it out himself. And it's beautifully caught in the middle of the field by Dennis Collin. That's John O'Keefe. John's kick. Down to John Egan. Still John Egan. Now it's Paddy Lynch. That's Billy Morgan safely out under it and getting it away to Kevin Ger Sullivan. But yes, Kevin now gets it into his hands. The conditions here are all against good football. Very difficult for the players to handle the ball and hold their feet. But that's breaking there to John Long, and he's been fouled in the back by Jimmy Barry Murphy. The Kerry crowd don't like it too much, but they get the free. And Derry Crowley with the free for Kerry. Number 4, left corner back, Derry Crowley. This Seamus Fitzgerald getting it across to Mickey Sullivan and ahead to John Egan. Now John has a dangerous position, and it's, oh, Billy Morgan just got a hand to it in time, so it'll be a 50 for Kerry. Quick thinking there by Billy Morgan. This time number 15 is Mike Sheehy himself, number 15, coming out from left corner forward to take it. 50 yards kick. And Billy Morgan advancing from his goal to catch it into his hands and roll it away, but not where he intended, although it looks Dennis Collin eventually does get it. Under pressure, Dennis Collin has been fouled. So the free for Cork. Number 2, there's Brian Murphy. Another of the Carroll's All-Stars. Brian's kick, knocked out of Dennis Long's hands by Paddy Lynch. That's Mickey Sullivan sending it down for Kerry, but this is Humphrey Kelleher, the full-back, clearing it away for Kerry. And that's Paul O'Shea for Kerry. That's Donald Hunt. Left corner back now. We knew him so well as a forward up to a couple of weeks ago. Declan Byrne. But he's lost it to John O'Keefe, and John's been bundled over the line, so the kick from the sideline for Cork. Number 8, Dennis Long, a man with a long kick from a dead ball, but he doesn't send that one too long. He sends it short into Jimmy Barrett. Jimmy across to Declan Barron. It's been kicked away by John O'Keefe, and it comes, but there's been a foul there on a Kerry player. Ger O'Keefe, in fact, has been injured. Ger O'Keefe injured in that tackle, and the free for Kerry. "18 minutes gone in the first half of this Munster final, and Kerry leading by 2 points, 3 points to Cork's 1. Dennis Coughlan with the free for Cork. That's Donny Sullivan, but Donny's dropped it out of his hands. Jimmy Barrett. Donny recovers, but knocks it over the line. Oh. It looked as if Donny Sullivan knocked it over the line, but in fact it's Donny Sullivan that gets the line ball from the linesman. And that comes to Ger Power. Over to Mickey Sullivan, but he leaves it to Mike Sheehy. Back to Mickey Sullivan. Now Sullivan's on a run through. Billy Morgan gets to it. And it's dropped. Oh, Humphrey Kelleher picked up that loose ball. That was dangerous there after Billy had parried that one. But Humphrey Kelleher got it away. Dennis Long for Cork. Kerry are looking dangerous when they move forward. This is Ray Cummins coming way out from full forward. Paddy Donoghue's with them. Number 14 is Ray there, playing with the ball. Paddy Donoghue with him. He's got past him this time. And this is the first dash by Ray that we've seen so far. And look at how he's going, and it's just gone right across and wide on the far side, right across the face of the goal. And the umpire there very dramatically signalling that wide. A good run though by Ray Cummins. But in fact, Brendan Cross had spotted a free, so Cummins gets the 14 yards free. Remember, he was the top scorer from frees in the All-Ireland last year. There's number 14, the big full forward. And this will be the equaliser for Cork, and it is the equaliser from Ray Cummins. 3 points each now, the big full forward there, and they're playing 26 and a half minutes. Paddy Mahoney places it for the kick out. The rain absolutely belting down here in Killarney. The reeks are hardly visible with the mist that's covering them at the moment. Mahoney's kick out. Ned Kirby knocks it down, but into the hands of Paddy Lynch. Lynch's kick ahead to Mike Sheehy, who advances nicely for it, to Mickey Sullivan, and Mickey's causing a lot of problems in the centre. Look at it running through again. And this time he has a kick on the point for Kerry, giving Kerry back the lead from Mickey Sullivan. Centre half forward there. That's Con Hartnett. To John Coleman, his fellow clubmate from Mill Street. It's Ger O'Keefe, but this time it comes out of his hands. And Ger had been fouled. The Cork players over there don't seem to agree with it, but the man in the command of the situation is Brendan Cross, and that's Donny O'Sullivan lining up for the kick, taking a run up to it now. Off Con Hartnett's hands to Paddy Lynch. That's Paddy there, number 8, with a good long kick, and it's gone over the bar for Paddy Lynch, putting Kerry 2 points ahead, and just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. So Donald Hunt with the kick out. Last year Cork made their effort in the first half. Are they going to leave it until the second half this time? So far they're not looking like champions, and it's Kerry who are far more aggressive and playing with greater purpose. Kerry there getting a free, and Paul O'Shea, who's now playing left half back, going to take it. Humphrey Kelleher knocking it away, and that's Con Hartnett all on his own, driving it forward to Declan Barron. And Dave McCarthy's run inside him. Ray Cummins has come out to meet him, and he lets it go to Cummins. Cummins lets it past him on the ground. Paddy Donoghue chasing him, and still Ray Cummins to Jimmy Barry Murphy, and Jimmy Barry Murphy has picked up a quick point. There's Jimmy Barry Murphy, 20-year-old. Last year he was the youngest man in the All-Ireland final. Today he's beaten for that honour or distinction in this final by Paul O'Shea, who's the youngest man in the final at 19 years of age. Paddy Mahoney kicking out. 5 points to 4. Dave McCarthy. Jimmy Barrett. And Jimmy loses it, but he has time to recover because he's weighing his own, and it comes off Donny O'Sullivan. To John Long, Eamon O'Donoghue, Mickey Sullivan. That's John Egan. Back out to Mickey O'Sullivan. And shot across the end over the bar from Mickey Sullivan from a fairly difficult angle for a point for Kerry. Mickey Sullivan there, he's causing a lot of trouble to Cork, playing at centre half forward. 6 minutes gone and 2 points still between them. Kerry leading 6 points to 4. And that free from Kevin Ger Sullivan coming to Dennis Coughlan, who leaves it to John Coleman. Declan Barron. And Declan has a great high kick and over the bar, cutting Kerry's lead back to 1 point. There's Declan Barron. There was some doubt, it seemed, about his being able to play, but he's out there at centre half forward for Cork. Seven minutes gone and Kerry leading by 1 point. 6 points to Cork's 5. Knocked ahead there by Jimmy Barrett, who's gone over to right half forward, and Ned Kirby's gone in left corner forward. Cork making changes in their attack and Cork earning that free. Now can they equalise quickly? They're the defending All-Ireland and Munster champions. And the rain coming down even heavier than it was. Dennis Long with the free for Cork. Knocked back to Dennis Coughlan, and Dennis had kicked a goal, but the free whistle has gone for a free on Dennis, in fact. And Brendan Cross having a word with the Kerry player who fouled, Ger O'Keefe, left half back. Been warned by the referee, so this is a chance for number 14, Ray Cummins, to equalise for Cork. And there's Ray's kick. And there's the equaliser, 6 points each from Ray Cummins, and they're playing 8 minutes in the second half. And Ray gives the G up to his colleagues. Now, can they take the lead for the first time? The kick out from Donny O'Sullivan comes to Ger O'Keefe. And it's coming, that's Brendan Lynch, number 16. He's in for Eamon O'Donoghue, but it comes to the other sub, Jackie Walsh, and he's beaten by Con Hartnett. Number 16, Brendan Lynch, back in the Kerry team after being out for quite a few months with an injury. And the sideline kick coming there from Mike Sheehy. And that's Kevin Ger Sullivan safely catching it, and a quick clearance. Declan Barron getting to it first before John O'Keefe. Cork beginning to move now in a way that they didn't do in the first half, and that's Dave McCarthy. Ned Kirby coming on it. And he's got Jimmy Barry Murphy there inside him, and Jimmy Barry takes it quickly across to Ray Cummins. A great chance. Ray Cummins, oh, he boxed it over the bar. Another moment's hesitation, he might have had it in the net, but it's a point and the lead for Cork, the first time they've led. 7 points to 6 from full forward Ray Cummins. And Sheehy's kick, safely handled by Billy Morgan, who kicks away, but the kick has gone over the line, and it'll be a line ball for Kerry. Just over 15 minutes in the second half, and Cork holding on to that 1 point lead. And a sideline kick just inside the 14 yards line, about 12 yards from the end line. A difficult angle. Mike Sheehy there with the kick. And it comes to Mickey Sullivan, but it's knocked away there by Kevin Ger Sullivan, it was. Comes to Con Hartnett. Relief there for Cork. But it's coming, and there's a foul bit there on a... Declan Barron was fouled, of course. Brendan Cross spotted it, and it's a free out. The Kerry crowd don't like it. They're booing all over the stadium, but that's relief indeed for Cork. So John Coleman with the kick. But no, he changes his mind, leaves it to Donald Hunt. The forward converted into a corner back. And that's knocked ahead by Dennis Long, but it's Paddy Lynch who gets it for Kerry. There's Paddy Lynch advancing with it before he kicks. And it's coming to Humphrey Kelleher, who's had an excellent game at full back, advancing courageously from his square. That's knocked ahead by Jimmy Barry Murphy. John O'Keefe is there and he's in trouble. He slipped. Jimmy Barry Murphy gets it back again. And the cross from Jimmy Barry Murphy. Dave McCarthy. Oh, Dave is in a danger. The goal from Dave McCarthy. Dave McCarthy has got the only goal, the first goal of this Munster final. And look at Billy Morgan coming yards out of his goal in delight at the other end. And there's Dave McCarthy, left half forward, number 12, the man with the first goal of this Munster final. And 17 minutes, now Cork leading a goal and 7 points to Kerry's 6 points, and Cork attacking again. Ned Kirby, a long kick, but that's going to drop wide. In fact, Paddy Manny got to it, but it had gone over the line, and Paddy quickly settles it for the kick out. Now a stunning blow there for Kerry. They were doing all the pressing in the first half, but Cork looked more purposeful in the second half, but that's Donny O'Sullivan there, clearing that one for Kerry. Con Hartnett to Jimmy Barrett, who's out right half forward in the second half and doing well. Ned Kirby left corner forward, knocking that on for Ray Cummins, who beats Paul O'Donoghue, but it's gone over the line wide. So Kerry quickly thrown behind as Paddy Mahoney kicks out. And that's nicely caught in the middle of the field there by Paddy Lynch. Paddy advancing, but Dennis Long is behind him. And Brendan Cross waves on play as Paddy Lynch recovers. Dennis Long still with him. Paddy Lynch kicks, and it's just gone wide, high wide of the upright. Billy Morgan, Cork goalkeeper, placing it for the kick out for Donald Hunt. That's Humphrey Kelleher. Declan Barron there. Declan had fouled, pushing John O'Keefe, so he gets the free. For Kerry. Donny O'Sullivan to take it. He comes to Kevin Ger O'Sullivan, who got a clout in the mouth as he was passing by, but he still gets his clearance in. And that's coming safely to Paul O'Donoghue. And it's Kevin Ger O'Sullivan again, advancing courageously. Cork playing with some enterprise in this second half. Ned Kirby, number 10 on his back, but he's left corner forward now. Out to Ray Cummins. And Ray's kick. Paddy Mahoney catches it and clears it away to Ger O'Keefe, the left half back. Ger's kick to Mike Sheehy. And Mike meant for Jackie Walsh, who's now full forward. Donald Hunt clears it away, but Donald had fouled. Donald Hunt playing well at left corner back. If anyone told him 6 months ago he'd be a corner back, he's best known as a forward in the last 6 or 7 years, Donald probably wouldn't have believed it, but he's playing very well at left corner back despite giving away that foul, or that free. And that's Mike Sheehy lining it up for the Kerry free. And Mike's kick has gone wide, and just listen to those cheers of delight from the relieved Cork supporters. Halfway through this second half, Cork leading a goal and 7 points to Kerry's 6 points. And there's Mick O'Connell coming on the field. Here he comes, just listen to the Kerry crowd, gone wild with delight as Mick O'Connell hands the referee his little slip there with his name. Mick O'Connell back on the team. Ray Cummins, but it comes to Jimmy Barry Murphy, to Declan Barron. And it's going wide, in fact. Paddy Mahoney placing it for kick out, and you get the roars going around the stadium as Mick O'Connell in as a sub there and playing full forward. 37 years of age and still playing championship football. That's Paddy Lynch in the middle of the field, earning a free for Kerry. Donny Sullivan placing it for himself. Donny's kick knocked down there by John Coleman to Dennis Collin, on to Dennis Long. Cork moving far better than they did in the first half. That's Declan Barron to Ray Cummins, out to Jimmy Barrett. Jimmy Barrett being chased by Ger O'Keefe. Now Jimmy on his own. Across to Ned Kirby, but is knocked away by Johnny O'Sullivan. Coming back to Ned Kirby again. And Ned's kick, and Ned's got a point. Stretch Cork's lead further. A goal and 8 points to Kerry's 6 points. And they're playing 23 minutes in the second half, and there's Ned Kirby, the scorer of that one. That's one of the subs brought in, or Kerry have brought in. That's Brendan Lynch, but this is Dennis Collin. Kirby and knocked into Jimmy Barry Murphy's path. Comes to Ned Kirby again, and Ned's kicked it wide. And Ned is just looking at the spot that he may have slipped before he kicked it. That's Dennis Long on it for Cork, and Kerry haven't scored since half-time. They're still stuck on those 6 points that they had going in at the interval. Dennis Long's kick, a good kick, but it's just gone wide from a difficult angle. Kick out from Paddy Mahoney. Mickey Sullivan coming under this breaking ball. Mickey, a great first half at centre half back, but not quite as in the game now. Donny O'Sullivan with the kick. And foul there on Ger Power by Donald Hunt. Ger gone into right corner forward. And this free for Kerry. About to be taken by John Long. Number 9, John Long with the kick. And that's meant for Mick O'Connell, but Mick is beaten there by Kevin Ger Sullivan, who gets it down to, it was meant for McCarthy, but he's beaten by Paul O'Shea, and he's beaten in turn by Declan Barron. Brendan Cross, the referee, waves play on. Donald Hunt, missed kicks, but Humphrey Kelleher, what a game this man has been playing at full back, full of confidence. And it's knocked out of John O'Keefe's hands there by Dave McCarthy. Jimmy Barrett gets it over to the overlapping Dennis Long. Down to Jimmy Barry Murphy. That's Donny Sullivan intercepting it. Now in trouble and being fouled by Ned Kirby and getting the free out. And the free by Donny himself. Beautifully caught by Dennis Collin. That's Jerry Crowley. And here's Mick O'Connell chasing with Humphrey Kelleher, knocking it ahead. That's Kevin Ger Sullivan. Dennis Collin. leaving it to his partner Dennis Long at midfield. Dennis's long kick, it's all Cork at the moment, coming into the hands of Paddy O'Donoghue. But Dennis again, Cork all over the place right now. And Dave McCarthy, the goal scorer. And that's a good kick, but it's just going to go wide. Mick O'Connell at the moment roaming way off out in the middle of the field under that dropping ball, but it's caught nicely by Declan Barron, who punts it on to Dennis Collin. Dennis rounds two men. Full of confidence Cork are at the moment, but Dennis badly kicks that one wide. Paddy Mahoney with the kick out. Mick O'Connell under that. Still hasn't got into the game. Cork all over the place. Ned Kirby to Ray Cummins. And Ray leaves it to Jimmy Barrett. Jimmy Barrett shot for a point. Another point for Cork from Jimmy Barrett. He started at left corner forward. He's now playing very well at right half and has made a lot of difference since he moved out. Just over 11 minutes left, and Cork are leading a goal and 9 points to Kerry 6 points, and incredibly Kerry still haven't scored since half-time. And that's Kevin Sullivan advancing very deep for Cork, but kicking it very far wide. Kick out from Paddy Mahoney. 29 minutes gone and double scores, 12 points, 1 goal and 9 points for Cork and 6 for Kerry's, the same 6 points they had at half-time. And it's 7 years since Cork have had 2 successive wins in Munster finals against Kerry. And it looks right at this moment as if they're going to have another one this year. 73 and 74, the last 2 were in 66 and 67. But that's a line ball for Kerry, and Derry Crawley coming over to take it. Derry with the 2 white gloves, and they're badly needed on this atrocious day of appalling rain in Killarney. That's been knocked over the line there, and it's going the other direction. It'll be a line ball for Cork, and already the crowd beginning to move away from the field. Mickey Sullivan. Now Mickey Sullivan trying to move something for Kerry. He did a lot of damage in the first half, but the inside forwards couldn't make use of all the good work O'Sullivan did, and that's been blocked again, and it's been knocked over the line for a while. The Cork full back line doing very well. Brian Murphy, Humphrey Kelleher particularly, and Donald Hunt. 30.5 minutes gone, and Cork leading by double scores, a goal and 9 points. That's 12 points to Kerry 6 points, the same 6 points Kerry had at the end of the first half. The kick out from Brian Murphy. That's knocked back to Ger Power, into Brendan Lynch. John Long for Kerry, to Ger Power, to Brendan Lynch, one of the 3 subs. Low into Billy Morgan, who handles it safely and full of confidence, punches it out there to Brian Murphy. And Brian casually punts it ahead to Dennis Collin, who hits it square to Dennis Long. And Cork playing with all the confidence now that they didn't seem to have in the first half. But now all over Kerry in this Munster final, and just toying with it. That's Dennis Long showing it there to Mick O'Connell, a man who tormented Cork so often at midfield. That's Ray Cummins. And That's a wide. Knocked ahead there by Dennis Long. That's Ray Cummins advancing dangerously. John O'Keefe with him. Now Ray has lost it. Paddy Donoghue in trouble and been fouled and gets the free out. Knocked down by 16 there, who's Kevin Kelly. He's come on at centre back for John Coleman on the Cork team. But that's Paud Lynch getting it ahead for Kerry. But that's Donal Hunt beating Ger Power. And Donal playing very well at left corner back. This is O'Connell. Now can Mick do something for Kerry to retrieve this Munster final? He gets it to John Long. And John has been fouled by Humphrey Kelleher. Humphrey gets a finger wagged at him by referee Brendan Cross. And that's quickly taken, but it comes into the hands of Billy Morgan. Out to Jimmy Barrett. Kicked ahead by Donny O'Sullivan. And this is Jimmy Barry Murphy on to Ray Cummins. Ray has past Paud O'Donoghue. Ray is inside him. Still Ray Cummins across to Ned Kirby. And the centre over to Ray Cummins, knocked over to Jimmy Barry Murphy. Oh, and Murphy's shot has gone wide. Less than 6 minutes to go and time running out on Kerry. Cork all over the place now is a Munster title. That's Dennis Long to Declan Byrne. Into Dave McCarthy. Dave's shot blocked down. Comes to Jimmy Barry Murphy, and Jimmy has got a point. Young Jimmy Barry Murphy, number 13 there, increasing Cork's lead to a goal and 10 points. To Kerry's 6 points, and still Kerry haven't scored in the second half, and there's only 5 minutes left in that second half. Paddy Mahoney's kick out. It was in the first half in the Munster final in the Athletic Grounds last year that Cork did the damage. This year they've done it in the second half. That's John Long to Mick O'Connell. Meant for Mike Sheehy. But it's gone wide. Billy Morgan, he's the man that captained them last year. This year it's Dennis Long. Captain's part at midfield. The kick out there. Coming to Kevin Ger Sullivan. He's done a lot of good work too. This is down to Ray Cummins. Look how far he's come out for that one. And Cork now in complete control of this game. Ray Cummins decides to make a dash for it. That's Donny O'Sullivan with him. And this is Ray still on the trot, and Ray full forward there. Ray Cummins, 4 minutes to go, and it's now a goal and 11 points to Kerry's, still 6 points. There's Dennis Collin, today's captain. Paud O'Donoghue. But it comes to Jimmy Barry Murphy, having trouble on the slippery ground, and he's been kicked away by Derry Crowley to Brendan Lynch. Number 16 is Brendan Lynch. That's Declan Barron along with him. Brendan shot to Mike Sheehy, or to John Egan in fact. Ahead for Paddy Lynch. Paddy has rounded, and if Paddy shot, Billy Morgan gets to it. Billy Morgan quickly to that one, and Kevin Kelly, number 16, clearing it away. Mick O'Connell going up there and beaten by Dennis Collin. And this is Ned Kerry for Cork. On to Ray Commons. Cork in complete command at the moment. Number 14, Ray Commons, and Ray kicks that one wide. Kick out from Paddy Manny for Kerry. Todd O'Shea to Mickey Sullivan. 2 minutes to go. Mickey Sullivan trying that one for Ger Power, but Donald Hunt, who's played so well at left corner back, even though that one's gone over the line, Donald clearing it though, and he's played so well at left corner back, the man who was a forward up to 3 or 4 weeks ago. And Mick O'Connell coming over to take the line ball for Kerry. And the linesman obviously has changed his mind, because originally he flagged for Kerry, and now it's Cork ball. That's Jimmy Barry Murphy back heeling it. But Derry Crowley for Kerry coming to Dennis Collin, slips off his foot to Mickey Sullivan. And Kerry just having the time now to beat Cork. Just over a minute to go. And that's gone out for a 50 for Kerry. And just a minute to go, Cork leading a goal and 11 points to Kerry's 6 points. And Mick O'Connell with the 50 for Kerry. Kerry haven't scored in this second half. And Mickey Sullivan there, in fact, injured as he kicked that point, and that's Kerry's first point with just 35 seconds to go. The first point they've scored in all of the 40 minutes of this second half. Billy Morgan to kick out, and he kicks it straight into the hands of the referee, and the Munster final is over, and Cork are the winners, retaining their title. A goal and 11 points to Kerry's incredible 6 points, or Kerry's 7 points, just 1 point in the second half for Kerry, and Cork retaining the title, winning it 2 years in a row, as they did in 1966 and 67 before a huge crowd in Fitzgerald Stadium. And Mick O'Connell there getting a tap on the back from the man he played against so often at midfield, Dennis Long.